Bob Scott was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, but you might say the valley was raised by Bob. Born at Valley Receiving Hospital in 1946, Robert Lee Scott grew up in Van Nuys and Panorama City with his sisters and two brothers. Gifted with vision and drive at the tender age of 8, Bob began selling greeting cards door to door. The educational challenges of high school were not enough for Bob as he attended St. Genevieve and Monroe. He also ran a printing business out of his family's garage. After high school, Bob and his brothers set up Big Wheel Model Raceway in Van Nuys, providing slot car racing, a popular destination for the valley's youth. In 1968, Bob returned to the printing business, using his experience to establish Scott Printing. Looking to connect with other civic leaders, Bob joined the Van Nuys JCs. Honored to be named chairman of Operation Amigo, he dedicated himself to bringing donations of toys and much-needed medical supplies across the border to Mexicali, Mexico. Thanks to his initiative, Bob was quickly elected president of the JCs and then to a position on the Van Nuys Chamber of Commerce board. Bob's drive for excellence and thirst for education led him to law school. In 1980, he left Scott Printing and forged a successful legal career at Scott & Associates, his highly regarded law firm. As an attorney, he provided pro bono legal services to the Vaughn Street Charter School and the Valley Industry and Commerce Association. Bob drew large crowds when he twice ran as a Republican candidate for the state assembly. Bob's civic involvement increased when he became president of the United Chambers of Commerce of the San Fernando Valley.
If we had to make a wish list as business people, I think there were two things that we thought we'd like to see. One is we'd like to see the government run more like business, and I think we're on a start to that. And two is that the San Fernando Valley be recognized for the proportion of the city that it is.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, thank you.
Recognizing Bob's leadership, Mayor Richard Reardon appointed him to the Los Angeles City Planning Commission, where he served as president.
We as planning commissioners take a very responsible approach to make sure there is sufficient infrastructure to support the population.
When push comes to shove, and there's a splitting up of resources, the folks downtown end up splitting it up their way to the valley's detriment.
As vice chair of Valley Industry and Commerce Association, Bob deals with legislation, government reorganization and reform, and fought for the successful charter reform initiative leading to local empowerment through neighborhood councils.
Bob Scott is chairman of an organization advocating the breakup of the Los Angeles Unified School District.
If it's not working, you have to fix it. And breaking up the district, as far as we're concerned, is the only possible way to break up that bureaucratic stranglehold that's got us all in its grip. And I try to emphasize to people that it's not so much an issue between the people of the San Fernando Valley versus the people of the city of Los Angeles, because those are all people and we all get along, but rather it's the San Fernando Valley and what its needs are.
Bob was president of the Valley's United Chambers of Commerce, representing their 7,600 member businesses when the Northridge earthquake hit in 1994.
If there's something good that can be said to come from something like a disaster like this, it would be the fact that there's a regrowth. And I think that as a result of the earthquake here, we could very well see, if we choose to make it happen, a rebirth of the San Fernando Valley in a sort of a different mold.
We are hopeful that we will be able to utilize, in an unprecedented public-private partnership, the EDA funds that will hopefully be coming. Some have been allocated already, but that we'll be able to utilize those in a way never done before.
Bob was founding chairman of the Economic Alliance of the San Fernando Valley.
Well, the Economic Alliance was formed in order to help better expedite the assistance to the San Fernando Valley in the wake of the earthquake, and over the last couple of years we've gotten tremendous support because the Economic Alliance is comprised of Valley Industry and Commerce Association, of the United Chambers of Commerce of the San Fernando Valley, which represents 23 local chambers, of Valley Economic Development Center, and California Industrial Leadership Council, a group of people who've never gotten together before in this fashion to try to do something on a valley-wide basis. We're going to have an ongoing effort to promote this so that the San Fernando Valley is the most internet literate society in the neighborhood. As part of the Valley Information Project, one of the things that we're doing is issue tracking. That is providing information with respect to issues that affect the San Fernando Valley, both in its quality of life and its economic future.
As vice chair of the Economic Alliance and project director for Vision 2020, Bob was responsible for this inclusive blueprint for future development and planning in the Valley community. Bob established a permanent San Fernando Valley Statistical District, enabling the Valley to earn governmental recognition and dollars as a separate entity based on its unique characteristics and demographics. Currently, Bob is director of the Civic Center Group, which provides planning, research, information, and consulting services primarily to nonprofit organizations. In simple terms, Bob is interested in making things work.
It doesn't matter if it's a minority business or a women's business or a white man's business or what. It's a small business person. It's somebody who's trying to make it happen, who's trying to realize the American dream, and we're in there to help them out. I'm just trying to do something and make a difference, and I hope you'll all join me. I'd like to see you at the next meeting, by the way.
Bob's unique contributions to the Valley stems from the fact that he backs his beliefs with time and energy, thus earning this civic entrepreneur the honor of the 2003 Fernando Awards.